To breaking news. After much deliberation, tennis world number one Novak Djokovic has lost his high-stakes court case and is set to be deported. Julia Bradley is live for us from Federal Court in Melbourne. Julia, this is a major blow for the tennis star. How are his supporters reacting?
Well, there's really a sense of disappointment here outside of the Federal Court here in Melbourne among the supporters of Novak Djokovic, members of the Serbian community who've come out today to show their support for the tennis world number one. There's no booing, there's no chanting. It is a lot much more quiet than it's been over the course of the past few hours. They've been camped here since early this morning, and that verdict was finally delivered shortly before 6 p.m. So the Justice noting that this application put forward by Novak Djokovic's lawyers has been dismissed. This is the second time that Novak Djokovic's visa was cancelled. The first time around, which was last week, the judge dismissed that cancellation, ruling in favour of Novak Djokovic. But this time around, it's a very different story. This decision today means that Novak Djokovic is set to be deported and banned from entering Australia for the next 3 years. But critically as well, this means that his chances of playing in the Australian Open this year have been dashed. The Australian Open set to kick off tomorrow. The schedule's already out for tomorrow. He was set to play tomorrow evening, and that is no longer going to happen. So where to from here? We know that he was watching the court proceedings from his lawyers' offices. We now imagine that he'll be taken back into detention and then put on a plane. It's uncertain exactly when that will happen, but the judge also mentioning there that the full reasoning behind the decision to dismiss this application and uphold this visa cancellation will be published at a later date because of the time constraints. The fact that we are on the eve of the Australian Open. I'll just take you over here now. You can see someone who's been waiting outside of Federal Court for a lot of today. He is holding up a loudspeaker and he is having his voice heard at the moment. A lot of people holding up flags though. We've got people holding tennis rackets as well. A lot of press here given just how much interest there is in this case. This has been a saga that has been dragging on for more than a week already. Novak Djokovic, the tennis world number one, very divisive, this court case, and certainly it will have implications going forward. If this is the decision and this is the result following that cancellation of the visa, you do have to wonder what is going to happen for future events that are set to involve Novak Djokovic. We'll just listen in to a little bit of this here. It does seem like people are getting more angry now at that decision. No doubt a lot of confusion on people's faces given that there wasn't a reason for today's decision, that reason to be published tomorrow. You can see people chanting, a couple of claps now in response to what that man was saying. So really it's all come down to this, that decision outlined just a number of days ago, a number of hours ago, minutes ago should I say, and you can hear a lot of people chanting now. You can hear a lot of people chanting now, "I stand with Novak." Let's take a little listen to that final decision that was handed down by one of the justices.
The orders of the court are: 1, the amended application be dismissed with costs, such costs to be agreed or failing agreement assessed. 2, reasons to be published at a later date.
And outside the Federal Court here in Melbourne, the chanting has ramped up a little bit among certain members of the community. People saying things like, "I stand with Novak," liberty of choice as well. Certainly a lot of media interest outside of the Federal Court at the moment. That decision just came through a number of minutes ago, and people here just letting that all sink in.
Julia Bradley live for us in Melbourne.